Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain a poem for the second language English medium students. The title of that poem is Ballad of the Tempest. Ballad of the Tempest. It is written by James, a famous writer. Ballad of the Tempest. Ballad means it's a narrative story. It is a kind of description. It describes through this poem, the poet describes an incident. So such poems are called ballads. So ballad of the tempest. Tempest, you know, the meaning of tempest, very strong wind or heavy wind. Strong wind or heavy wind, storm, you can say storm. So tempest. Ballad of the tempest. That means the poet explains the experience of a sailor on board. Sailors aboard the ship. The writer for the sailor explains the story. Sailors aboard the ship is the voice of this poem. In this poem we can see the voice is the sailor's voice. Sailors aboard the ship. Aboard means who are in the ship or train or plane, etc. is called aboard. Sailors aboard the ship is the voice in this poem. In this poem you can see, first I will explain the content. It's very short poem. Firstly I will explain the theme or the summary. After that I will read again, and after that I will explain again. So in this poem, really the speaker, I told you in the beginning that the speaker, the sailors aboard the ship. Sailors aboard the ship. It was winter time, winter season. Moreover, suddenly a storm, heavy storm broke out. It was very strong winter, and they were on the sea. The ship was on the sea, and it was heavy. There was heavy storm also. Moreover, the season was winter season. They all were afraid. All the sailors aboard the ship were afraid because they thought that the storm would take their lives. They will lose their life. All were desperate. They huddled together, or they crowded together. All the sailors began to crowd in a space. They began to pray. They began to pray in a low tone in their lips. They began to pray to the God to save their life, because they thought that definitely that heavy storm would take their mast and they will fall down and they will lose their life. The sailor and even the boldest sailor also told that they lost their lives. They lost their control. So it is very difficult to survive all their fear. They could not see even a wing of ice during the night by fearing that they would die at that night. Because all their desperate, they were completely shivered with, or they were trembling with the fear. We can say they were trembling with the fear. They had no expectation about their future. They thought that the storm would take their lives definitely. That was the condition. Because they heard the roaring sound, the roaring waves of this wave, W-A-V, wave. They heard the strong wave, or they heard the roaring waves of the sea. Because they were all in despair. They all were in despair, or they were completely desperate. Definitely all they confirmed, or they decided that they would not survive at that night. But in the meanwhile, they heard a voice. That voice was a little daughter of that captain of that ship, the daughter of the captain of that ship. That daughter came and told that nothing to worry, because if this God which was on the land, God on the land would come here, and definitely God would help us. So you should not feel any fear. You should be optimistic always. I am sure, I am believing, or I have full faith in God. So you should believe, you should have faith in God, so God would save you. It was just like that soothing words, or the words which was given, which was made by that girl. It gives some comfort to the sailors and all others. It gives some comfort to the sailors. So after that they became cheerful. Only by hearing that spirit, only by hearing that encouragement, they got some spirit. So they got some courage. So after that they reached near that harbor. So they became very happy. Their lives, they got back their lives. So it shows the poem says that faith in God is always, it is important. Only due to that faith, God saved them. That was what the poet says in this poem. So I am explaining again, and after that I tell you some story. I will give you some question answers also. We were crowded in the cabin. We were crowded in the cabin. Not a soul would dare to sleep. It was midnight on the waters, and a storm was on the deep. We were crowded in the cabin. Cabin means, you can say, private, just a private body which is seen in the ship. It's called as cabin. Outside also you can say small cabin of manager. We have seen MD. You go to the cabin of that manager. We can say it's a small, you can say a small body or small place which are seen in the ship. That is called a cabin. We were crowded in the cabin. We were crowded in the cabin. Not a soul would dare to sleep. They all huddled together. They were crowded by fearing or by trembling, because they lost their hope. Not a soul would dare to sleep. They did not get the courage to sleep. They were completely afraid. So they were not dared. They did not dare to sleep by anticipating that they will lose their life at that night. Not a soul would dare to sleep. They could not sleep at that night by thinking that future, by thinking that storm and the roaring waves. It was midnight on the waters, and the storm was on the deep. The time was midnight. The storm was there, and moreover it was winter season also. It is a fearful thing in winter. Another very shivering. It was winter season. To be shattered by the blast. They thought that it will be broken apart. It will break apart. It will be broken. Everything will be broken. It will be shattered, their thoughts. And to hear the rattling trumpets, they heard the sharp noise, rattling, sharp noise. Thunder cut away the mast. They thought that their mast, the mast you can see in the ship, in every ship you can see that mast. So if it is already broken, they will be unable to move forward. They thought that their mast will be taken apart. It will be parted soon, because they thought that wind will take everything. So we studied there in silence. So we studied, that became silence. They shivered, or completely shaken. For the stoutest and even the bravest sailor also told that I have lost everything. I lost. Even the bravest sailor in that ship told that I have lost everything. While the hungry sea was roaring, and the breakers talked with the depth, because they heard the roaring sound, or they heard the roaring waves, they heard the roaring sound of the waves of the sea. Even the strongest, even the boldest sailor also told that I lost everything. We were lost, because we will die. As we sat in darkness, each one busy with his praise, we are lost. The captain shouted as he staggered down the stage. Captain shouted, he told loudly, we are lost. There is no hope. Yesterday he was unable to walk properly, staggered, not steady. That's called staggered. As he staggered down the stairs, the captain came down by staggering. That means he was unable to move fastly, staggered due to fear. But this little daughter whispered as he took his icy hand, he is not gone upon the ocean, just the same as on the land. We know at that time they heard a sound. It was the sound of that little girl of that captain. Captain's little girl told that no, God saved us in the land. In the same way God would save on the sea also. She consoled, she gave a comfortable word, or she gave an encouragement to them, or she gave an inspiration to the sailors that God would save them, God would save their lives. Then he kissed the little maiden, and we spake in better cheer, and we anchored safe in harbour when the moon was shining clear. They all were happy. They got an inspiration from that little girl. So they kissed that little girl. They kissed that little girl. They were very happy. Then, and we spake in better cheer. They became cheerful. They got some spirit. They got happy. And we anchored safe in harbour. After that, they anchored. Anchor means when after reaching home, it was already placed. It was placed in that harbour. So every ship will be anchored in the ship. It will be fixed by ropes and other things, by placing ropes and other things. When the moon was shining clear, so the next morning, the sky was very clear. They got their life. They were very happy. That is the poem. That is the end of this lesson. I will give you some questions. We were crowded in the cabin. Not a soul would dare to sleep. We were crowded in the cabin. Who were crowded in the cabin? We were crowded in the cabin. Who were? Answer is sailors were crowded. They were crowded. Why they were crowded? Because they thought that they would lose their lives. Why they are losing their lives? Because they are suddenly the tempest or heavy storm happened there. Moreover, it was winter season also. They thought that definitely they would lose their lives. So they crowded in a place. They huddled together. We were crowded in the cabin. Not a soul would dare to. They could not sleep properly. They could not sleep due to fear. Not a soul would dare to sleep. That means they were unable to sleep due to fear. Who does the word we refer to here? We means sailors. Who does the word we refers sailor? We is refer to sailor. Not a soul would dare to sleep. Why was it so? Why the sailors could not sleep properly? Because they got a fear. They anticipated or they expected that they would lose their lives. Why? Because tempest was there. Moreover, it was winter. They were on the sea, and it was midnight also. Then, usually storms are found in the deep sea. What precautions have the sailors got to take before a voyage? Usually storms are found in the deep sea. Sometimes storms will happen, but the sailors they have to take some precautionary measures. They would firstly they will be able to swim. They should understand swim. They should understand how to swim. Swimming is very important. If anything is happened as a last resort, they should be able to swim on the water. Next one is that some belt, safe belt they should wear. Another thing is that some safety jackets they should wear. Safety jackets they should wear. Then they should understand the weather condition also before entering or before starting the sailing. They should understand. They should think about or they should study about the weather condition. Whether it is fine or bad. If the weather is fine, they can start. If the weather is cloud and some other rainy season, or if they are expecting some tempest or a storm, if the climate is not favorable or if the climate is not suitable for their journey, they should not move. They should not start. This same way, next thing is that they should check their, ship. They should check whether the condition of that ship is good or not. That also is very important. The poet says it is a fearful thing in winter. According to the poet, what is referred to as fearful things in winter? The poet says that it is a fearful thing. Fearful things means sudden tempest or sudden storm appeared. It is a fearful thing. Sudden tempest or sudden storm appeared. It is a fearful thing. Moreover, it was midnight also. It is a fearful thing. How does it affect the sailors? Read first. How does it affect the sailors? That means it affected sailor due to, first we can see how, because they were not able to sleep. They were not able to sleep. Moreover, they just saw the roaring, they hear the roaring sound of that waves. So, the speaker and his crewmates sat in darkness and prayed. What did they hear? The speaker and his crewmates sat in the darkness and prayed. What did they hear? They heard the roaring voice, the roaring sound of that wind. Waves of the sound of the waves they heard, and wind sound also they heard. When the captain shouted, "We are lost," how did his daughter react? How did his daughter react? His daughter reacted. How was the reaction of daughter? Daughter reacted that God would save them. God has already saved them when they were on the land. In the same way, the same God would come and the same God would help them on the sea also. That was the reaction of that daughter. The captain's daughter told the same thing. The crewmates kissed the maiden and spoke in better keys. What made them feel cheerful? Because that girl, that small little girl, gave an inspiration to the sailors to be optimistic, to be courageous. So they got some courage, they became cheerful. So they just tried to kiss that girl who gave some kind of inspiration to them. Then, a ship is always safe at the shore, but it was not built for that. What does this mean? A ship is always safe at the shore. These are the words of Einstein. Definitely, surely, a ship is used for traveling. It is correct. But at the same time, sometimes there will be some obstacles. That also should be overcome. Ship is used for traveling, for going and coming. It is correct. But even then, sometimes the ship while going, it may have to face some obstacles or difficulties or some hindrance or some barrier. Some obstacles will be there sometimes. Some adversity will be there sometimes. Or some kind of disaster may be happened. But it should be ready to overcome. It is a statement of Einstein. Einstein says that it is related to our human life also. We will be able to overcome all the difficulties which we are facing. Then only we can reach our destination. We can reach our destination only by overtaking all these obstacles which we are seeing in our life. Sometimes there may be many difficulties in our life. We will be able to withstand. We will be able to overtake all these things. Then only we can reach to our destination. At the goal, we can achieve our goal only after attaining, only after overtaking all the obstacles which we are seeing on our way. That's the end of the poem. It is finished, a very small poem. So it is finished there. Thank you very much. You please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.